Truth don't wait for permission. It rolls in like thunder. Boots down, hearts up. This is True Train 88. We ride for the truth, not the tales they sell. Boots on the ground, hearts rebel. Red on the wings, True Train rolls. 88 strong, we break the mold. No more silence, no disguise. We lift each other, we rise. This is the road, loud and proud. Voices like thunder, truth unbound. We love, we learn, we light the flame. True Train 88, we ride the day. We've seen the shadows, we felt the sting, but we rise like fire, we spread our wings. From back row blues to tribal chants, we walk with purpose, we don't just dance. No more silence, no more skies. We lift each other, we lift each other. We rise. This is the road, loud and proud. Voices like thunder, truth unbound. We love, we learn, we light the flame. True Train 88, we claim the name. From moonlight tracks to grand rising skies, we're the ones who see through lies. Tribe united, hand in hand, red cardinal flies across the land. Whispers, truth, tribe, rise. This is the raw room, loud and proud. Voices like thunder, truth unbound. We love, we learn, we light the flame. True Train 88, we ride the name. Welcome to the raw room, where truth echoes, hearts bloom. We rise, we roar, we ride together. Truth Train 88, now and forever. Now and forever.
Welcome, everybody. Grand Rising. Glad to have everybody here today. It is 10/11. Happy 10/11 day.
11.
So I hope everybody's enjoying this weather. I don't know if it's cool where you are, but it is here in Texas. It's a nice
Finally,
70 degrees outside.
it's nice.
Birds are chirping. Squirrels are running around, jumping from tree to tree. So we had an amazing day yesterday in the chat. Another good one, of
Yeah,
course.
lots of conversations, lots of information to ponder.
Yeah. So a lot happened yesterday, right? We had an explosion. Remember I told you,
Yes.
check the dates with the news, right? So yesterday was a 10/10, 2025 equals 9, or you can just do the 2 and a 5 equals 7. It's still 7/11 or 9/11, the same thing.
And 10 2, right?
Yeah, 10 and 2.
10 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to thank our sponsors, the Sheepdogs Pets, the Mushroom Ladies, for an amazing show the other night.
Yes.
Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. And we also want to thank everybody that has been donating and placing orders. We appreciate the donations. Also, if you want something in return for that, we have that as well. you're not just giving without receiving, you're also receiving. So we really appreciate the givers. And this platform is funded by the people, not by the corporations
That's right.
or another nation like Saint Yahoo.
Oh.
All right.
Alexa.
What?
Donations for Alexa.
Oh,
I'll send it to you again.
okay. So let me get this screen cranked up here, and we're going to get this party started. Let's get it started in here. So we got a pretty good show put together for you today. We're going to have another good show tomorrow. So we're going to get into a little bit of where are we at here? The massive explosion, right? Let me get a better screen here. Let's make it full screen. There we go. This was yesterday. A little strange having a plant like this with safety standards and just blow up out of nowhere. So I'd like to see what happens.
What did they make there?
What did
they make there?
Explosives for
Uh-huh.
demolitions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Right? That's why I said 119 was yesterday. Flip that, that's a 9/11. We're talking about demolition. Glorious demolition.
Demolition.
So they had 18 to 19 people evaporate, I'm guessing because they can't find them. But this is the massive explosion that took place yesterday in Tennessee. This is it in the explosives plant. It rattles homes for miles. I believe miles up the road they got the shock waves. Here's the clip right here.
A munitions plant. You can see I-40 off to the left on our screen. We're currently about 3 minutes away from the location. We noticed shortly after takeoff from John Toon a large plume of smoke. I'll pan up and show you that. This is reportedly at the Accurate Energetic munitions plant near the Hickman-Humphreys County line. It has been confirmed by first responders, and we can confirm it here just based on this large plume of smoke as we get closer to the scene.
I think there was a building there.
Yeah.
But now there's not a building there. And anyone in this area is gone. They're going to have to get the cadaver dogs out there to find the pieces.
We'll show you.
A shockwave came through.
A munitions plant.
They say this was an accident, but when a military plant blows up overnight, how's that an accident? I'm confused. Do y'all notice every time something big go down, the people that you're supposed to hear talk the most, be the most silent. I be trying to understand why y'all niggas not talking now. This explosion was not just a random accident. I don't care what they talking about. Look at this shit. This happened at the Accurate Energetic System. that happens to make explosives for the U.S. military. Now, multiple people is presumed unalive, and 19 other people is missing. They said this blast was so powerful that first responders couldn't even go into the building. That's crazy, fool. And here's where you wear y'all. Secondary explosion long after the first, like it was something in there. They didn't want to get famous. So they're calling it a workplace accident. So why do they have the ATF there and all these other law enforcement there locking down the area? Who asked me if this was just a factory fire like they say, it wouldn't feel this control, or wouldn't feel this quiet. Sometimes it's not about what they tell you happened. It's about what they never admit that really happened. Let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments.
Yeah, everybody's silent. What's up? Silence
It
on the
was
line?
echoing. Did you have it muted? Yeah, it
It
was
mutes.
echoing bad.
It mutes automatically. Yeah, nobody's talking about it.
Right?
Things that make you go,
It was the
hmm.
Accurate Index Systems. The company was established in 1980.
In 1980.
In 1980. Let me see. And researches explosives, including demolition charges and high explosives. Their customers include aerospace, oil, and commercial demolition companies. The company had contracted with the Department of Defense for manufacture of explosions. They employed approximately 75 people prior to the explosion. The facility is located near the border between Hickman County and Humphreys County in Tennessee. The plant takes up 1,300 acres
Damn.
of land near Buck Snort. Across the 8 buildings of the facility, explosives are manufactured, stored, researched, and tested. The explosives manufactured include C-14 and TNT. In 2014, an explosion got another accurate energetic system manufacturing plant in McIrwin killed 1 person and injured 3 others, while 20 employees were inside the building as the facility sustained considerable damage. The mayor of Hickman County reported that the facility had no safety issues apart from the 1914 explosion.
Y'all know what C-14 is, right? Like, it's like they use in the military.
Hmm.
C-14 explosives. Let me show y'all.
It says the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, ATF, and the Department of Homeland Security and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations were among the agencies that responded to the explosion. Emergency responders were initially unable to reach the site due to continued explosions.
So in order for these things to detonate, they have to have the electrical charge to it, or there's nothing that's going to happen. So an explosion raises alarms. All right. I would know a little bit about explosions. I was an aviation ordnanceman in the Navy.
Yeah, so they were
I
making
work with
TNT and bombs for the.
I've seen them making these right here, these C4 explosives on the ship.
For department for the DOD.
Yeah.
Why would they need explosions?
Somebody's got to make it. We don't make it. Somebody makes it for us.
Oh.
We just
Here at home?
Well, they're making munitions for Ukraine and Pennsylvania.
Well, that's right.
So they're literally employing Americans to work at these plants that they then turn around and blow up other people with, right? In other countries. countries or whatever the case may be. Well, this one just so happened to be in our own country. But you have to have the electrical charge for this stuff or it's no boom. See that? The explosives by themselves are nothing. You have to have an electricity. And in these places, they abide by strict. You can't even bring your cell phone in these places. Some of these places.
They produce explosives and demolition charges for the U.S. military and domestic blasting industry here at home.
Yeah, like for buildings. Kind of like 9/11. Like,
Oh, yeah.
right.
It's for military and commercial applications. The United States have largely relied on foreign suppliers of TNT from China, Poland, Russia, and Ukraine. Since the U.S. government-owned factory in the country closed in the 1980s.
Yeah. All right. A little strange there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that happened yesterday, 119, 9/11. Told you. Check the date and then look at the news. And this is what we got today. I told you that, what was it, last week, Thursday? Last show we did? All right, so here we go. Let's continue. Little explosive issue here. Let's see. Right here, this lady, she took her sit. Oh man, let's continue. All right.
Someone asked what part of Tennessee. It was in Hickman County. That's all it said.
Buck snort.
But it's
apparently
near
there's some bucks there, some deer that snort.
It's near Buck Snort.
It's probably some really good hunting grounds.
Yeah.
Old buck snort. Y'all messaging me on Facebook. Oh, we'll get into Satan Yahoo here in a minute. All right, so we got a few clips we're going to play here real quick. Let me get into that.
Hey, let me tell y'all something about the star seeds, man, that a lot of y'all are overlooking. A lot of y'all are looking at the star seeds as these motherfucking love and light motherfuckers, right? And they are love and light for a reason, because they chose the light. Your star seeds came from the motherfucking darkness, man. Y'all don't fucking get this shit. Your star seeds came from a dark ass fucking place, okay? Humanity claims that they want to live and this is how life should be, and all these complaints that humanity has had for a long fucking time. Starseeds have been trying to give you the answers to the shit about how to combat the dark motherfuckers, but y'all don't want to listen to the starseeds. When the starseeds say fuck it, it's game over. And y'all are going to see it for what it is. Because the starseeds have already been to these dark places that y'all are talking about. So they're telling you, if you don't want to live like this, or if you don't want to have to deal with these type of motherfuckers, this is what you got to do. The starseeds been with these niggas, bruh. They've been with these, all of them. Every scary motherfucker you can think of right now on planet Earth that y'all think is scary, the Starseeds have been there with them. And they've done the work to get past these motherfuckers. But when the collective rejects the Starseeds, Earth as you know it is fucking over. It's game over. Y'all gonna see it for what it is. Your Starseeds are going to ascend, and they're gonna get the fuck out of here. And don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling y'all what the fuck is really going on, man. Listen to your Starseeds, bro. They gonna get y'all out of this shit if y'all really want it. Peace.
First thing you gotta do is reject the beast,
Right. Like you
and it
said,
ain't in the Middle East.
Starseeds been met amongst these monsters, right? They've been in the dark.
Well, you
That's
gotta
why
walk through the dark in order to see the light.
That's
So
right.
if you have never walked through the dark, then don't talk to me about the light.
they're the ones that came out of that dark.
Yeah, they
But you
know.
have to be in the dark to come out of the dark.
We know evil when we see it.
Yes.
And there's still a lot of blind people still walking off that cliff, blindly following these politicians, billionaires, trillionaires.
That's because they've been around them. They know who they are. They can see them.
You can see them.
They've seen them for a long time.
We judge people by the content of their character.
That's right.
I know a soulless one when I see it, especially when they're on TV trying to bullshit people. Anyways, let's continue. Excuse the language there, but it is what it is. So listen to the Starseeds. They've been through the shit.
Yeah.
What else we got for them to shoot, dog? Yeah. Let me share this screen right here. Let's go to entire screen, screen 2. Well, there's Saint Yahoo with his buddies, his other fellow Satanists.
Did you convert that one so I can share it?
Huh?
The one you just played?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll share it out. Someone
I think
was
so.
asking.
So we here see here.
No, you didn't do that one.
This one.
But you can play that one. But that's
Big. Spirit said you do shit for the people that won't. That's powerful. That's actually majestic and honorable. You hear what I said? You deserve this. You've worked for it. Congratulations. And some people don't want to see it, but they ain't got a choice. You got that star energy. Anybody that's ever witnessed a star out in society can see that you murk just that way. You got people watching you that you don't even realize is watching you. So you keep going. Oh, and they feeling you too, because ain't nobody ever done it this way. Your best days are ahead of you. And I don't think that you could have imagined the attention that's coming your way. All that gang stalking, like I told you before, it really was training for these days ahead. Get used to having a paparazzi. Get used to people trying to take sneak photos and video of you. Let them do what they're gonna do. What's crazy is about now you're witnessing people stopping and staring. You're witnessing people wanting to just park that car right there, just driving from 40 miles an hour to just throw it in and park. Scott! Just to talk to you, just to be close to you. People doing that shit now. Protect your energy. If you think you're being unseen, they ain't seeing nothing but you. And it don't matter what you wearing. It don't matter. You got dudes and gals in their high dollar cars that feel like nothing when they outside of them next to you. That speaks volumes. It's undeniable. It's all up in your energy. You can't hide it. And they being seen. Zero fucks given about these people around you. Lurking. And you know what? You deserve this shit because you've done great things in this world that nobody sees and you ain't never asked for. Thank you. Let's keep going. No.
President Trump will end the radical left's reign of terror in Portland once and for all.
You look at Portland and you see fires all over the place. You see fights and, I mean, just violence.
This network of Antifa is just as sophisticated as MS-13, as TDA, as ISIS, as Hezbollah, as Hamas, as all of them. They are just as dangerous. They have an agenda to destroy us, just like the other terrorists we've dealt with for many, many years.
When ICE officers have to street battle against Antifa, hand-to-hand combat every night to come and go from their building.
Slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross.
You look at what's happened with Portland over the years, it's a burning hellhole.
President Trump will end.
They were line dancing in Portland. That was it. That was it. As soon as they seen them line dancing, they was like, boom, call in Christy Nome. This is getting out of hand. So this is amazing that they did this. They did the opposite of what the rhetoric was coming out of. What they knew the rhetoric that was going to come out of the White House, and they knew what angle they were going to take. So they all showed up in outfits and line danced.
Mhm.
So don't believe everything you hear of coming from these people, your favorite movie characters at the White House. They're full of shit. Right, so we're going to get more into this topic right here. Let me shrink this. Slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross. Everybody clap your hands, right?
The radical left's reign of terror in Portland.
Battle against Antifa to come and go from their building.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross.
You look at what's happened with Portland over the years. It's a burning hellhole.
Man, this is crazy. That's crazy. The rhetoric.
A hero. Not the hero we deserved, but the hero we needed. Nothing less than a knight. Shining.
Yes, in these dark times, a hero has risen. And as Commissioner Gordon just said, it's not the hero we deserve, but the hero we needed. And no, it's not Batman. It's the Portland Frogman. And the internet is absolutely in love with him. And we here at RA Media completely agree. As Trump is trying to claim that Portland is a war-ravaged hellhole burning down on a nightly basis, which could not be further from the truth, I've got an update on how Frogman is doing after getting pepper sprayed, and we have copies of email.
So that's Pepe, right? Pepe got Pepe sprayed.
But they sprayed it in his vent where he breathes. The air that's his vent.
That's assault.
Yeah. That could have killed him.
Well, he wasn't even doing anything. He was just trying to help somebody up off the ground that got tackled.
Yeah.
And then he got sprayed by the federal government with pepper spray.
Yeah, that could have really hurt him.
Yeah, and it could affect all the other frogs throughout their past generations.
Yeah, because that was the air vent.
Turn off the news. Turn off the propaganda. They're all full of shit.
Emails from the Portland police that completely destroy the narrative that Trump is spewing to his little mega sheep. So hit subscribe to Really American Media and help us hit 1 million subscribers. And by the way, I am so proud to announce that our YouTube channel is officially one of the fastest.
We see the frog taking ground and the witch in the corner. Frog. These are 20 to 30 grown-ass military-style men, and they're scared of the frog. Look, now he's going to tell them to go back. Look. And look what they do. Go back up. What the hell is going on here?
I love it. Frogman approaches Ice, thrusts his hips, waves his hand, and Ice magically backs off. Now, a lot of mega types are saying online that they backed off because they were afraid he had a bomb or a gun underneath that hilarious costume. And as it turns out, he was hiding some serious guns, as you can see in this exclusive video we got. Damn, look at those guns.
Call in the National Guard. Holy shit, he was packing. He had 2 guns on him. 2 cannons. Call the White House. Send in the National Guard. Suspend habeas corpus.
But seriously, I'm trying to be serious. If there were any concerns that he was hiding something, they never actually tried to search or detain him, so they couldn't have been that worried. Although shortly after that viral clip was filmed, things did escalate and ICE went into the streets to pick on protesters. And then this happened to poor Frogman.
Oh no. Yep. That. I'd like to know what the frog did to him to deserve to be sprayed in the butt like that with pepper spray. So now y'all are using the things that are supposed to be used to clear crowds as a weapon to harm others that ain't harming anyone? Nah, good luck.
Yeah, well, ironically, spraying him like that only increased his superpowers, as you can see here in yet another exclusive video clip.
Created a monster.
All right, all right. All kidding aside, they essentially just pepper sprayed a guy inside of a big bubble, which could have seriously hurt or even asphyxiated him. And it's not like he was, robbing a bank or waving a gun around. He was just trying to help somebody up off the ground so they didn't get trampled. But they pepper sprayed him. So nice job, ICE. You're truly doing the Lord's work out there. It's no wonder all you idiots are hiding your faces, just like the villains do in comic books, because at the end of the day, they know what they're doing is wrong. All right, Frogman. So everyone is wondering if you're okay. And some reporter in Portland was actually able to track him down and asked a serious question, but they did it in a way that kind of makes me laugh.
And I saw a video on Twitter the other day that even made me take a pause. It showed you being pepper sprayed in your little vent. And actually, can we show your little vent just so viewers can see?
Okay, you got pepper sprayed in your little vent. Can we see your little vent, please? Okay, I'm sorry. I find it funny. Please continue.
He was pepper sprayed right here in this vent, which is what gives you air inside there.
Yeah.
For viewers who haven't seen that Twitter video, can you tell us what happened in that video and, what you were feeling inside the suit?
Well, what happened was DHS came out and they were being really aggressive with us and ended up shoving a comrade and detaining that comrade. And in that process, a lot of us got shoved back, and one of the comrades I noticed fell, and I went to go grab them and pick them up so they didn't also get detained or further hurt. And in that process, I got maced in the air vent, and essentially I just kind of coughed a little, noticed a small hint of peppermint, and just continued to be in my frog costume after that for about another hour.
Yeah, I mean, how great is that? Just like a superhero that lets bullets bounce off them. He said it tasted like peppermint, and then he stayed in the costume for another hour. Nice job, ICE. Not only did this make you look like authoritarian assholes, but it did nothing to stop the invincible Frogman. Portland is proud, and so are the rest of us, with a moral compass that points in the right direction, or in our case, points in the left direction.
A lot of people were worried about your safety, you inhaling that if you were able to get out of that suit safely. So what do you have to say to all of those comments who were worried about you?
I'd say I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. It wasn't as bad as it looks, although quite immature and unnecessary and really excessive. But I think I'm doing okay for the most part.
Oh, you're doing more than okay, buddy. You have officially won the internet. And I absolutely love watching a guy in a frog costume give a very serious interview. That is about as Portland as it can get.
Well, I come out here day in and day out since June because I am worried about my community. I am concerned with what is happening in my community and with what the Trump administration is enabling these ICE agents, these DHS agents, these federal agents to do to my community members day in and day out. And I don't want to see anybody treated inhumanely. And to see this happen to my community members, my friends, my family, my neighbors, it's unacceptable. So I'm out here protesting in a frog costume especially in a frog costume, just to show how ridiculous the notion that we are violent terrorists is. It's just to showcase how that narrative is wrong and does a lot more damage than good.
Well said, Frogman. Well said, sir. And to anyone who still thinks that Portland is some violent hellhole, you clearly haven't been there recently or ever. I spent 10 years living in the Pacific Northwest, and Seattle and Portland are amazing, clean, progressive cities, which is exactly why Trump is attacking them. But don't take my word for it, and definitely don't take Trump's word for it. Here's what the Portland police have to say about what is happening there right now, and these are not public statements. The Wall Street Journal obtained copies of police emails documenting what they are seeing right now, like this one that says, in part, at 1400 hours today, I drove by ICE and observed one person standing across the street by the entryway. I touched base with Will Turner from FPS and was told there was a small group with low energy. Drove by around 2100 hours, saw 8 people out front, and couldn't even get one of them to flip me the bird. Very low energy, end quote. And of course, the White House is disputing all of this. And they just put out a propaganda video showing how violent things are in Chicago and saying that, Portland is just as bad. It's a problem, though. Here's a pic from that video because I'm not going to play the actual video. And as you might see there, did you know palm trees are in Chicago? Well, the problem is, obviously, Chicago does not have palm trees. The images they used in that stupid video of violent protests and arrests are from Florida, a red state.
They're
Damn.
from Florida.
They can't even get their propaganda videos correct. Damn. That means they're going to send us videos from the Bahamas saying it's Chicago next. I mean, what? Guys, they don't have palm trees in Florida.
Right.
So you got to watch it. This is coming from the White House.
Yeah, I know. The AI White House.
This is your AI push generated video images that's creating all this shit. That's not really happening. Right? And you got right-wing propagandists like Nick Sorter and Benny Johnson went out there with their cameras and
Yeah, didn't he get a threatening letter too?
yeah, Benny Johnson got a strongly worded letter.
But they didn't say what it said.
No. But he was so scared of that letter.
For his life now.
He got the letter 2 days after the CK event.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's funny because 4 days after the CK event, or even maybe a little bit more than that, he was at Penn State University registering people to vote. So, I mean, he was so scared. Benny Johnson's so scared that he went on the roof with Christy Nome to take a picture. That's how scared he is. Come on, man. And how the hell does Benny Johnson have Pam Bondi's personal cell phone number?
Yeah, I know, right?
A red state that Trump calls home. Yeah, the whole planet is laughing in Trump world right now, while we all salute America's newest hero, the Frogman of Portland, a really American hero. So please like this video.
Shout out to the Frogman. Right. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, the Frogman. Alrighty. So there we showed that. Shout out to the Frogman. Frog News Network. Yeah, you can't believe everything you see on TV coming out of the White House, folks. All right.
Yep.
Got a question what you're being shown? Quit accepting the narratives. So this is from Patriot Voice on X, right?
Yeah.
So this is what the Luciferian powers that be not want us to figure out. Many don't understand that it's the Helligan dialect at work. The same people that are funding Antifa are the same people who are pushing along the technocracy police state in America. They're also the same people that have allowed our country to be invaded by millions of illegal immigrants. You can see how each of these things are supported and funded by, opposite sides. At least that is what they want us to think, right?
That's right.
They intentionally create unrest and chaos, which ultimately breaks down and destroys society. Left versus right paradigm is a total illusion that exists, so we are constantly fighting with one another instead of fighting them. And most have fallen for this trick every time, hook, line, and sinker. They want us to stay in the mind frame that this is about a culture war, when in reality it's a class war. Regardless of what you hear, Agenda 2030 is still in full swing. But hey, there's a war zone in Portland, and we need to send the National Guard in there to get that frog and them unicorns protesting peacefully. So the goal is to have a one world government structure set up by at least 2030. And that involves setting up a universal monetary system, as well as a complete surveillance police state where everyone is under the thumb of Big Brother. So all of these false flags and crazy events that are ramping up worldwide are mostly distractions to keep us from focusing on this very real problem. The creed of the Satanic New World Order is Ordo ab Chaos, Latin for order out of chaos. It's all a Masonic ritual. It's all Masonic rituals and black magic,
Yeah, they're showing you.
which are cast on the world. So this is very much a spiritual battle, as much more than it is a physical one. These absolutely satanic forces have a great stranglehold on all of the world leaders, of the leaders of the modern world, through usurpation and subversion. The Bible warns us that Satan is the ruler of this world. The powers that be create all of the problems that we face, and we wait for our reaction so that they can then provide the solution. So they create the problem, we get the reaction, and then they come up with the solution.
Right.
So, for example, most recently, the solution is essentially normalizing the military and ICE to remain on American streets en masse. They say this is for our safety from the frogs and the unicorns and the dinosaurs and the raccoons in Portland. They don't tell you that it is that they don't tell you is that they created the unsafe environment on purpose in the first place with intention. That's why I said, why ain't the sheriffs arresting these people that are rapists and murderers? And why did they let it get so out of hand so that the federal government could come in and do their jobs for them?
That's
Because
right.
they're all working in tandem.
Yeah, just
Your
like
sheriff should be running them
we
out of
talked
town.
about the village. They got to keep up the scare so that people can be controlled, right? So you make up scenarios.
The
And that's
invisible.
job security, and also helps form those, control.
Yeah. So they created the unsafe environment on purpose in the first place with intention. The point is to bring us closer to martial law and full federalization of the states in preparation for the clampdown when the inevitable digital ID and total financial collapse takes place. So for everybody that says it's not going to be a collapse and everything looks like it's running normally and we're not, me and my wife aren't the only ones talking about this. Taj Street Bay is the only one talking about this. Patriot here isn't the only one talking about it. So they know the pushback will be immense, right? The COVID lockdowns were a dress rehearsal for this. Society will be in utter chaos. People will be very angry and desperate. Dissension will be dealt with swiftly. The Palantir-driven police state will also spawn a social credit system like what we see in China. So even if you aren't physically in the streets, you will be punished if you speak out online. You will be blacklisted and restricted from society for any infractions. Please infract me. Ban me from society. Please.
Right.
Please ban me from society.
It's crazy out there.
Society is insanity. And I want to be sane. So please ban me first.
Well, we've already banned ourselves. We stay away from that
Stay away from society as much as you can.
for now.
You will be blacklisted and restricted from society for any infractions. You can see this happening already with the extreme censorship taking place on many social media platforms. This has been happening for a long time. Klaus Schwab said to prepare for an angrier world, because the stronger humanity gets in opposition to the New World Order, the more they are going to facilitate that reality. What they have planned for humanity will drive people to the absolute breaking point. We haven't seen anything yet.
I don't think it'll last long.
No.
Maybe really short. I'm hoping.
This is my favorite villain in this movie. Excuse me. All right, so here's the villain. All right. Freemasonry and Judaism. Damn. We'll share this link out right here. Read the comments. I like checking out the comments. You get a lot of good stuff in there. This is from the Patriot Voice on X. At TPV_John. Navy vet. America First icon. Christ is King. He's an original truther and a watchman. All right. Let's go to the next thing. Alrighty.
You this on the news, but America is already in a civil war. Not the kind fought with cannons and blue coats, but a war of information, surveillance, staged chaos, and political theater. And the deeper you look, the more obvious it becomes. The stage is being set for something far bigger, far darker, and far more orchestrated than any of us have been told. Look around. Half the country has already been primed to hate the other half. Families torn apart over politics. Friends deleting each other over which name they circle on a ballot. It's not an accident. This isn't just polarization. It's weaponization. Divide and conquer, the oldest trick in the book, and it's being executed in real time across America. Ask yourself, when was the last time the media showed unity? It doesn't matter what happens, an election, a protest, even a hurricane. The spin machine ensures that one side is always blamed and the other side feels under attack. This isn't journalism, this is conditioning. A slow burn brainwashing campaign designed to make Americans see fellow Americans as the enemy. And the more we fall for it, the closer we inch toward a civil war they've been planning all along. The warning signs are everywhere. Look at the indictments, the political theater, the endless parade of staged arrests and media spectacles. Every week, there's a new headline designed to trigger half the country into outrage, while the other half cheers. It's not about justice, it's about escalation, about pushing us toward a breaking point. And notice the timing. Every major story breaks in cycles. Right when tensions cool down, a new controversy is injected into the bloodstream. It's not random, it's controlled. If you believe for a second that the media doesn't coordinate with intelligence agencies, you're still asleep. This is classic psychological warfare. Now let's talk symbols, because the cabal always leaves their fingerprints. 33. It's the number that keeps showing up in political theater. Protests erupt 33 minutes after an announcement. Investigations last 33 hours. Arrests happen in sequences of 3 days and 3 nights. And if you think that's coincidence, you haven't been paying attention. 33 is the highest degree of Freemasonry, and the constant appearance of this number is their way of telling each other, and us, that what we're watching is staged, that this is ritual, not reality. But it gets darker. The Department of Justice, the FBI, and the intelligence apparatus aren't just bystanders. They're the directors of this play. Red hats, blue hats, protests, rallies, all manipulated, all infiltrated, all controlled. Think about January 6th. We were told it was a grassroots uprising, but now more and more evidence shows federal agents inside. guiding, agitating, filming, a test run for something bigger, a dress rehearsal for the chaos they're scripting next. And here's the part nobody wants to admit. A civil war doesn't have to look like 1861. It doesn't need armies lining up in fields. In 2025, civil war looks like economic collapse, food shortages, mass protests turning violent, and neighbors turning on each other in cities already stretched thin. It looks like a staged cyber attack that wipes out bank accounts and points the finger at the other side. It looks like social media blackouts where you can't tell what's real and what's propaganda. It looks like chaos so thick that you'll beg for the government to restore order. And that's exactly when they win. Because that's the end game. Not to let the people rise, but to use the illusion of civil war as the justification for total control. Martial law, curfews, checkpoints, digital IDs, central bank digital currencies that track every move you make. A surveillance grid so tight you can't sneeze without it being recorded. And you'll accept it because you'll think it's keeping you safe from the other side. But the other side was never your enemy. The cabal was. Ask yourself why billionaires are buying farmland, why food plants are mysteriously burning down, why egg and meat prices keep spiking, why power grids are suddenly failing at the exact moment tensions rise. These aren't random accidents, they're weapons. If you want to start a civil war without firing a single bullet, you choke the people at their most basic needs: food, water, electricity, stability. Watch them turn on each other, then swoop in with the solution. And don't forget the border. Millions pouring in unchecked. Some argue it's compassion, others say it's invasion. But what if it's neither? What if it's part of the destabilization? Flood the system, break the infrastructure, and guarantee that when chaos erupts, it's unmanageable. This isn't policy failure, it's sabotage. The script is writing itself. You can already hear the talking heads priming the narrative. We may not survive 2024 intact. Civil war is inevitable. They want you to believe it's organic, but nothing this precise, this symbolic, this rehearsed is ever organic. It's manufactured. And when you hear phrases like 33 hours, 47 states in play, or the darkest winter in history, you're not hearing predictions. You're hearing programming. They're telling you what's about to happen. So the question is, will we take the bait? Will Americans turn on each other? Left versus right, red versus blue, neighbor versus neighbor? Or will we realize that the true enemy is the invisible hand pulling the strings? Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you notice the patterns, the numbers, the rituals, you understand this isn't politics. This is a carefully engineered collapse designed to bring in a new system. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point. Maybe the Civil War isn't coming. Maybe it's already here. Not with muskets, but with hashtags. Not with bayonets, but with shortages. Not with generals, but with algorithms. And every time you hate your neighbor for voting the wrong way, you're playing your part in their game. That's the conspiracy no one talks about. That civil war isn't just possible. It's the plan. It's the next step in their ritual. And unless people wake up, unless we start seeing through the theater, we're going to walk right into the trap they've been laying for decades. So ask yourself, do you see a country divided by accident, or do you see a stage set for collapse? Do you see neighbors at war, or a cabal pulling the strings? Do you see coincidence, or do you see the number 33 flashing like a neon sign in every headline? The truth is hiding in plain sight. The war is here. The only question is whether you'll wake up before it's too late. You be the judge. If you're awake, you already know what to do. Hit the link in our description and sign up to our free underground newsletter. They're not.
You gotta stop that left versus right mentality. If you're still in that, we're gonna be praying for you. How about that? All right. So you think you're gonna make a change in midterms? Yeah. Okay. So be mindful of the rhetoric coming out of the White House that keeps people divided. They're at war with half the country. Stephen Miller, aka Pee Wee German, is at war with half the country. Well, over half the country. you blame a leftist for something they didn't do, or when you blame the right for something they didn't do, because it's the puppets behind that nobody wants to talk about, the invisible enemy. Anyways, buckle up, buttercup, baby, won't. Here we go. All right, what is this in this sheet? We're gonna do. I think we should probably send some more money to. All right, so this video right here says Netanyahu's body language looks timid and downright humiliated. Something changed. I don't know how Trump pulled it off against the Samson option, but he just abruptly stopped the Greater Israel Project and laid the foundations for a Palestinian state. Uh-oh. Netanyahu's not going to like that one too much. But Israel already broke the ceasefire already, so they were talking about a peace deal, and Israel already broke it according to reports. Here is...
Tremendous development in the last 2 years. We fought during these 2 years to achieve our war aims. And a central one of these war aims is to return the hostage everywhere. And for the benefit of
them, what you were able to do in Iran really helped set a big tone. But particularly seeing the way that your citizen army, I know a lot of you, probably all of you, have family, friends who were in this effort, really put your sacrifices on the line to fight for your country and to try to make a difference. I think that made a very, very big difference in there. And I want to...
Damn, this dude over here is fighting for America, ain't he? This guy right here, he lives in New York, don't he? This guy? Doesn't he live in
Israel now?
Doesn't he live in... Isn't this American right here? Is this an American?
The one that's been
this guy?
behind the scene the whole time, right?
Or is he a foreign agent? What is he doing in another country? Well, so much for America First policy. I guess that went out the door as soon as the ballots hit the boxes, and that was it. Damn it.
Just give a very, very special thanks to Prime Minister Netanyahu, who really did an incredible job with this and did a great job with the negotiations. You held your lines firm, and I think that between you and President Trump, you had a lot of alignment on what the end state should be.
The hard job was the Prime Minister.
All right. Anyways, I can barely hear that one. You don't hear that one? I think it was went something like this. It's called The Never Ending Story. I don't know if y'all have ever seen this. Y'all seen The Never Ending Story? They keep doing the same thing over and over, and
Yeah, till you it's over his fears, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Then he walks through the gates.
Bastian! Qatar is trying to buy our politicians! May, but that's impossible! Israel already bought them! I know it makes no sense! Israel is the only one entitled to own U.S. politicians. Maybe if we send them 500 billion more taxpayer dollars, they can outbid Qatar and regain ownership. Do it, Bastian. We're running out of time. Do it now. Send that money. I'll do it. I'll send the taxpayer money so Israel can buy back politicians. Thank you, Bastian. You saved us. And send a little extra so we can buy more social media propaganda. Bastian! Qatar is trying to buy our politicians.
Bastian, Qatar is trying to buy our politicians. You're crazy, woman. Israel already bought them. Full control over the U.S. population. I mean, politicians, not population. They don't have control over us.
That's right.
Y'all seen this movie, right? Y'all don't remember this part?
No.
It's the never-ending story, right? We keep sending our money to foreign nations, and then they turn around and take that money and spend it on propaganda machines in our own country to lie to us.
Gotta change things, right?
It's just a never-ending revolving door. Send them billions so they can lie to us.
Man, but that's impossible. Israel already bought them.
Silly girl. Israel already bought them. APAC. Anyways. I don't know if y'all
So it looks like Kushner's back in the movie, right?
Oh, Kushner's back? Kush Daddy?
He's been gone for a while. He was busy.
Yeah, he's been on vacation somewhere. I think I seen his wife surfing the other day or a few weeks back. She was out on the beach with a family. Well, they weren't family, they were extended family. She was out on vacation. Well, 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. It must be nice to. This is, lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Yeah.
We get to sit back and watch them on TV on vacation. But hey, anyways, let's go out and vote for some more corrupt politicians in the midterms. Maybe something will change. Is there an asteroid fixing to come? Is that what they're talking about here?
Yeah, it's called 3I Atlas, right?
Yeah.
Putting out by DARPA and NASA. Like, we trust those people so much.
Oh, dude, DARPA is so trustworthy, and NASA never lied to us, not
And it
once.
goes with the movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still. It sounds just like that one.
Oh, the day the Earth stood still narrative.
And they're also saying it's a comet, like
Oh, like Comet Pizza.
Like in Revelations, Wormwood, right? So.
Oh, Wormwood and the Revelations, yeah.
But now
they're using all the biblical terms to make the Christians think it's the end times.
With the movie.
Gotcha.
And then now it's changed course. It's heading towards Mars.
Oh, Mars-a-Lago?
Maybe they're picking up some aliens.
The asteroid's heading towards Mars-a-Lago, folks.
Mars-a-Lago.
Well, good thing they got duck lips there. They can just swat them off with their Botox injected lips.
No, I don't know. They're trying to act like they want you in fear, of course. Right?
Yeah, this is from the
headed towards Earth.
Fear. He is a liar. Fear's a liar.
But it's funny in the movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah.
There's that sphere that's in Las Vegas. Looks just like that one. A little smaller scale, but yeah, I sent you the picture of the sphere.
So it's going to be a So you're telling me it's going to be like a holographic type?
I think that's what they're using the sphere for.
Yeah.
Because if DARPA's involved, I've been talking about DARPA and their high technology, right, that they've had. They may use that sphere like it looks like maybe holographic projection. Right?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Dude,
show that picture.
They need to show Dorothy getting sucked up. They should project that like Dorothy's coming into our realm.
They may do that. Show that picture. This one.
All right, let me play this video.
Asteroid heading towards Earth. Oh my goodness. Don't worry, guys. There's a firmament. We're going to be okay. You don't know what the firmament is or believe we have one? Well, you should stick around because I'm going to prove it to you scientifically. First, let me show you something. You probably still think you live here, but guys, this is just a picture. They admit to it being a picture. And if it was real, why are the copy and paste clouds the exact same? Second, if you don't know what the firmament is, well, it's what every single ancient culture believed was actually over our heads, not endless space. An enclosed system, kind of like we're in a terrarium. Well, every single culture except for our current day one, who NASA provides us fake pictures of. You see, like I said, every single ancient culture has thought that we lived in an enclosed system. And some of them even thought that there were layers to the firmament, kind of like this one. And funny how it lines up with the colors of the rainbow. Have you ever heard of Roy G. Biv? Red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, blue, violet. Imagine that. Do you know rainbows take on the shape of the medium that the light is shining through? Kind of like you can only have a straight rainbow through a straight prism and a rounded rainbow through a rounded prism. Let me show you something. Here's me shining my iPhone light into a rounded paperweight. Do You see what appears here? A rounded rainbow. One that you can't produce unless you're shining it through a rounded medium. And hey, that kind of looks like something. Doesn't that kind of look like something to you? Kind of looks exactly like the sun that we see. Because the sun isn't a burning ball of gas 93 million miles away. Here's what good old NASA shows us the sun looks like. Funny, if it's a giant ball of fire, why does it hurt my eyes to look at? Fire doesn't hurt my eyes to look at. You know what does? A light. A light hurts your eyes to look at. You know who calls the sun a light? God in the Bible. He made a greater light to rule the day and a lesser light to rule the night. You know what he also made and told us about in the Bible? The firmament, which divided the waters from the waters. If endless space is up there, why do they talk about waters? Well, here's what NASA shows you when you zoom in on stars. Still pictures. They're a picture and they zoom in on the picture. But have you ever seen what a star looks like live, animated, in real time, in real action? Well, it kind of looks like a pool light shimmering in water. That's the dog star Sirius, taken by real people with real powerful telescopes and cameras. Now remember when I said I was going to prove it to you? Well, this is the time I do that. God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven. So the lights, the sun, the moon, the stars, they're in the firmament. The sun we see is just the light shining through the firmament. And you want to see evidence of that? This is video from my very own backyard during the April 8th eclipse 2 Aprils ago. And you can see that's a lens flare, but you can see something else there that's not a lens flare. That's the sun shining through the firmament to the sun we see. And I wasn't the only person to capture this. Multiple people captured it, and depending on your angle, you're going to see different layers of the firmament. It's part of the bigger reason they spray the skies, so you don't notice anomalies that would wake you up out of the globe matrix. And here's another video from that same day.
We caught that on camera. Cheating and a few other people got up in the morning and they took pictures of all those different planets around the moon.
That's because they stopped the spraying. See, they said that eventually they were going to stop the spraying and you'd be able to see the sun. The real sun that's above the firmament is called the Mona, right? It reflects off the other sun.
Remember they told us.
Suns.
Remember they told us the eclipse was coming a few days before that. Right. Well, after when they got the pictures of the different planets around the moon.
Yeah.
A couple of days later was the blood moon. Or the solar eclipse. I'm sorry, with the moon. That's what it was. Yeah.
That's why they used that reflector. They were trying to reflect the sun back up so the other sun couldn't damage those people.
Yeah. Hey, did anybody bring any donuts this morning? Nobody brought donuts?
Said,
okay.
Don't bring the voodoo donuts.
No voodoo donuts.
That my friend took with a solar filter on, capturing the sun we see and the layers of the firmament. It's also why people have captured two suns. It's not two suns, you're seeing the sun's reflection in the layers. In the layers. In the layers. It's why sometimes you...
It's like a gobstopper.
Yes.
You ever got a red gobstopper?
Showing you it.
And then there's layers in the gobstopper, all the way different colors of the rainbow.
Color.
And then it gets down to the core.
So I think this is all going to expose NASA, all that conspiracy, right? Outer space and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, she brought chocolate covered coffee beans. I guess we can settle for
those
chocolate.
are good.
I guess that'll work. We'll do the chocolate covered coffee beans. I guess
Those are really good.
As a replacement for the
don't eat
sugary donuts.
Don't be bouncing off the wall.
Yeah, don't eat some of those before your bed, huh?
No.
Let's
no,
continue.
I did that before.
You see a double rainbow. It's reflecting back off the firmament. You see, they taught us wrong on purpose. You know why? You want to know why? Because they want you disconnected from your divine creator and this divine realm that we live in. They want you not knowing that God created this all for us and that we're at the center of creation. You know why that? Because if you knew that, you would have no fear and you would not listen to the talking heads on the TV telling you to do things like this and to go cast your vote for the person that it doesn't matter because they select them, you don't elect them. They showed you this so you would feel unimportant and insignificant and be powerless and just listen to what they have to say. It's a system of control, and it's hiding God from you. And once you know that you don't live here, you stop taking their medicine, you stop listening to their indoctrination, you take all your power back, and you realize the only laws you need to obey are the laws of the Most High, which are basically treat everyone with love, kindness, and respect. Love your neighbor. It's not that hard. But of course, all this for entertainment purposes, people. I'm sure that God just got lazy this day and he decided to hit copy and paste. And even though every single culture that ever existed, except this current one today that isn't as smart as they claim to be, all thought we lived in an enclosed, stationary, flat system. No, they all had it wrong. We're much smarter, even though they could build the pyramids and we can't even figure out how to lift one of those blocks at all. Not at all. I mean, have you ever seen what happens to a tractor when they try to move a block that big? But sure, slaves did it. And I'm sure that the sun is a burning ball of fire 93 million miles away that hurts my eyes. Entertainment only.
Yeah, Linda said NASA just happened to shut down right when their camera on Mars was supposed to get a picture. How convenient.
How convenient. How convenient. Ain't that just crazy?
Because it's all BS, right?
Jim
Oh,
and Betty
fun.
brought donuts.
Oh, yum.
Anyways, on to the palm trees in Chicago. Oh my God, this is so funny. Guys, I don't know who's putting out this content in the White House, but at least verify the shit's real before you share it to the world. At least it's the right location. Anyways, let's continue.
Yeah, NASA is winging it. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about the Silk Road thing, or
Oh, yeah, supposedly, got the picture.
yeah? Let me pull it up. Oh, Oh, you wanted me to show the spear first. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't let me get ahead of. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, it's funny how that spear came up, and then all of a sudden they started seeing these UPAs, right? So they can project things. Go look at DARPA's projects, holographic images they can do in the sky. They test them. They look like the UPAs they were showing, and what they called UPAs? UP something. Anyways, they were showing them in Congress and stuff. Yeah.
So this spear was in that movie. What movie?
The day the world stood
Okay,
still.
this spear was in the movie called The Day the World Stood Still.
Uh-huh.
So what really is the giant spear in Las Vegas? And why is Las Vegas almost empty of people?
Mm-hmm.
The spear is like the one in the movie.
Exactly. It's exactly like it. But if you go look at the spear in Las Vegas, and the guy goes in there and he goes inside, like it looks like a bunch of honeycomb type stuff, like a where you could do like a holographics.
Yeah.
That's what that is. I think they're going to put on a holographic show for us.
Yeah,
Maybe
that'd be
Project Bluebeam.
awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I thought they were putting on a show.
Well,
They called this a movie.
Plus, it will be able to disclose the technology they've had. Maybe they've been doing this to us for a long time.
Right. So here's the movie. You can watch it for free on YouTube. The Day the Earth Stood Still, 2008.
Yeah, you have to fast forward a little.
Oh, is
Well,
it at the end?
towards the end.
Okay.
Like, I think it's the middle.
Oh, it's, what do you mean the middle of the end?
The middle of the movie.
Oh,
When it shows the.
we'll have to find that. We'll have to
When
watch
it
that.
lands. You'll see them in hazmat suits walking up. It's a great big white ball. The back little.
Anyways, I'll share this. It's not that big of a deal. Allegedly there's a big white ball in this. Hold on one second. All right. We'll find that later.
I'll find that.
So you want to talk about Silk Road?
Yeah, China promises a 46. Wait, it's too. I gotta put my glasses on. Promises $46 billion to pave the way for a brand new Silk Road. Right?
Yeah.
Didn't we cover Silk Road a while back? Right? You know what Silk Road is, right?
Here, let me pull it up on here. Your pictures. There we go. This one. Right here.
Yeah. Israel.
Israel and the U.S.
Uh-huh.
corporation. I have to say it like that so people can understand what the hell they're talking about here. They don't get it. Israel and the U.S. corporation business plans for Gaza, a rival for China's new Silk Road. It's in 2023. This article right here. It's time for the United States corporation to join the new Silk Road. Did y'all vote for this? Who voted for this?
Yeah, that was their plan for real. And you know what that is, right? There's like always containers next to it, right?
Yeah. You want to read the article?
Sure. Which one do you have up?
Whichever one you want to read. Probably this one. Which I got it right here. I guess I got this one. I got all of them pulled up. Whichever one you want to pick. My screen went off again. All right, there we go.
Okay.
How about now? Y'all can hear us? All right, let's go back and share screen here. Let's go to screen 2. I don't know what it is, but sometimes right in the middle of sharing, my screen just turns off on my laptop.
Hey, you want me to read that?
Yeah, whichever one you
Okay.
want to
It
read.
says go to Xi'an City in northwest China, and you can still hear amateur musical ensembles playing court music from the Tang Dynasty. One of the tunes is about flowers. Tulips imported over Silk Road from Europe some 1,300 years ago. The Silk Road was a network of trade routes that allowed the exchange of goods and ideas between Asia and Europe, including between the Roman Empire and China's Han Dynasty towards the end of the 1st century BC. Now China wants to build a new network of roads, railroads, pipelines, and shipping lanes connecting to China to South Asia, Southeast Asia, Central Asia, Africa, and Europe. With this in mind, China's President Xi Jinping visited Pakistan last month, promising $46 billion in infrastructure investment. It's looking for national rejuvenation, says Tom Miller, a Beijing-based analyst from the financial research of GiveSendGo. He says China's plan to revive the Silk Road is meant to evoke grand images of the nation of its most powerful, prosperous, and cosmopolitan. In terms of foreign policy, he adds, it means China is once again becoming the dominant power in Asia. Plus, China has a surplus of cement, steel, and capital to build all this, Miller notes, and many of its neighbors are in serious need of infrastructure investments. If China really does use its money to improve connectivity, to foster trade networks, if it plays by the rules and is seen as a positive force for economic development, then fantastic, he says. At the same time, there's a lot of doubt as to whether China will really do this. Some of its neighbors worry that China seeks to control and exploit them. There's also this other problem: the historic road, as many Chinese imagine, it never really existed. In fact, China didn't even have a name for it. German geographer Ferdinand von Richthofen coined the term Silk Road in the 1870s, says Fudan University historian Ji Shenggong in Shanghai. Though throughout its history, China had no need to export silk, GE says, nor does the Chinese have any concept of profiting from silk or foreign trade. G says for most of history, the Silk Road lay impossible and unused. It was just too vast to maintain and keep open, and China was too inward focused to care. For a long time, China believed it sat at the center of the world. G says it was the celestial empire that had everything. It did not rely on outsiders. Now that China is producing more goods than it consumes, the country needs to export some of its overcapacity. But G predicts that unless other countries fill the stand to profit, the new Silk Road will lead nowhere. So if they don't think they're going to build it, what do they need all that money? They just want the money, right?
Well,
Sounds like they want to be like they were afraid there was going to be a new superpower that would exploit the other countries, right?
all right. All right, this next story, most of your right-wing propagandists ain't going to touch, but I'm going to touch it because I'm not biased towards either side.
Which one are you going to touch?
I'm going to touch somebody today.
No.
Oh,
Which one?
this one. The fact that Trump picked Scott Bessent for Treasury despite ties to Democratic mega donor George Soros. So when the right-wing propagandists keep talking about George Soros-funded Antifa, well then please explain to me why Trump picked George Soros' right-hand man and Democratic mega donor for his Treasury. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, if he's in the cabinet or they're associated, it's for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, like I said, they're all going down with the ship.
There's your boy right there. They should need
Right,
to see.
pull them all into one place.
Yeah. So before he was chosen to be President-elect Donald Trump's treasury, and before he founded his hedge fund, Scott Bessent worked at Soros Fund Management, founded by prolific Democratic Party donor and billionaire George Soros. I guess the rest of the article's blurred out. I brought that up before, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. But every time somebody on the right mentions George Soros, I just think of Scott. And I'm like, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Or every time somebody mentions Epstein, I think of Lutnick standing, and all these people are standing around the character playing Trump, right? President of the United States. All right, so we went over the Silk Road. Can we play this one right here in the sheepdog? I might have this one uploaded.
Oh, yeah, that's a new one. Oh, somebody says, talk about synchronicities. The movie The Day the Earth Stood Still popped up on YouTube for her. She watched it last night. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, these are new trafficking routes. The Silk Road.
That's what Heidi was bringing. Yes.
Thank you, Maya Roberts.
That's why she mentioned the containers.
And
right?
Linda.
Mm-hmm. They have nothing to do with silk.
Yeah, play the games, you hang. So if you were wondering what the Silk Road was, they just explained it right there. All right, here's this one.
Is a Chinese map of North and South America, and this is about 70 years before Christopher Columbus came to the Caribbean over there. So China had already mapped out North and South America, and this is one of the older maps. This is from the early 1400s. So it's not just Christopher Columbus that claimed he came to the Americas before everybody else. You got the Chinese. You find Chinese swords in California that are like 2,000 years old. You find Mayan artwork that looks Japanese or Chinese too, right? And it's not just the Chinese and the Italians. Christopher Columbus, he sailed for the Spanish, right? But did you know natives discovered Europe about 20 years before Christopher Columbus ever came over here? It's called the American discovery of Europe. But people say Atlantis was in the west, and this would have been Atlantis, right? It's a melting pot of many cultures. The culture that United States is today, of different peoples coming here and all that, it has always been like that. There's always been different types of people: Polynesians, Aboriginals, Chinese, Siberian, even Tartarians from Asia. That's where real Tartaria is. It's in actual Asia. But I wouldn't say this is Atlantis. It has an Atlantis feel of being a melting pot, but this is Turtle Island. This is the center and origin of all life, all creation, and it's not just white people that came here in the beginning. There was a whole group of people: the Hebrews, the Egyptians, Chinese, the Vikings. They say some Welsh, but this will be part of my video where I talk about ancient cultures in the Americas.
The ancestors spoke of these times that we are living in the wilderness. They had said the old world would fall apart fast and furious, so the new world could fall into place. The ancestors spoke of a time where the eighth fire would be lit. But the eighth fire would not be a physical fire, but a spiritual fire that would be lit in the hearts of mankind to come together in love, light, unity, and healing. But before these times would come to be, the old world would go through a time of chaos, confusion, mayhem, and destruction to remind the human family what it has forgotten about life, the sacredness and the sanctity of life. Our children are on loan to us from the Creator. Our Mother Earth is on loan to us from the Creator.
So what I had.
Okay. Delete these two.
Is that it?
What's that? What's this? That was an explosion, the clip from the explosion yesterday.
I'm trying to word something.
I can't share.
What did happen? Oh,
Hold on, guys. Can y'all hear me 5x5? Yep.
yeah, the Facebook ones.
I did the Facebook ones. Did we do? I don't know. What is that? It just says Facebook. What is it? What is it? Which one? Because I presented 3.
I typed it. Your nose knows the truth.
Oh, your nose knows the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to that one. Here we go. Oh. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what it is with these videos, but it won't let you do nothing. Got to go back to share screen. Thank you for your patience. Share volume. Add. What? You know why these do this?
That microphone down at the bottom. See?
No, the microphone's right here.
Down there.
No, that's not it. This is reels. Yeah, these videos all here. I mean, doesn't make any sense. Here, let me zoom in. Look.
It's crossed out.
Huh?
Turn it on.
I know. Look,
It
won't let me. I'm clicking the shit out of it.
Oh.
Like on all of their little, clicking all over the place just to see if I.
You want to unclick? That's okay.
Yeah. Facebook sucks still. You got the next one.
At the bottom. The bottom.
This post won't be for the faint of heart, but if you want to know how this place works, stick around. I keep seeing all these posts, and I have for years. Fear, drama, chaos, let's scare everybody to death. The oligarchs are going to take us out. I told you guys a couple years ago, they've already passed over that. You've already went through the reset. Every so often they thin the herd, and it's not able-bodied people they're coming after. They thin the herd by those that are taking the most from the system. And we even see this in other countries, right? Instead of trying to help the people, they'll offer you the MAID program, or hell, we'll just flood the streets with a bunch of drugs and give you needles. We'll call it harm reduction, but is it really? You gotta understand, the United States is the buyer for all the other nations. And most of the things that we're buying is actually what's causing our nation to collapse. Who's the biggest consumer of drugs around the world? Yep, it's us. The biggest purchaser of cheap plastic shit? Yep, us again. And then we wonder why they sold us the idea that materialism is the way to success here. So how does a country that doesn't have a lot to offer any other nation stay relevant? I'm certain it's not going to be our Marilyn Monroe dress in the KFC recipe. It's going to be what we can provide for chaos, the cover for endless wars and consumerism. A lot of people are under this perception that somebody wants to come across our borders and take all of us out. That's never going to happen. Right now they're trying to save face and do everything they can to keep this nation afloat. Sadly, it's gotten to a point where it's so bad they have to bus in millions of people to do it. And we've been doing it for decades. It's not about voting. People keep falling into the fear tactics, and I know it pays really well on TikTok. I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money pushing fear and horse shit that never actually happened. And I guess I'm just here to remind you that in the last 8 years people have been wasting their lives. There's been a whole lot of stuff that never came to pass. And even though good is working to take out a lot of the bad, even this is part of an illusion. Because unless we change ourselves, we're always going to fall for the tricks. To have a better nation, it's up to us to hold ourselves to a higher moral authority where we're not going to fall for the ignorance. Because I promise, as long as the oligarchs can keep using us based off our stupidity, they're going to. They gave you a script and you keep reading it, when in fact you're actually supposed to write your own, not just for you, but for all of humanity. It's not about taking them down, it's about making them irrelevant. Control out of chaos, but if you want to stop being controlled, you have to stop being that chaos. When left to our own devices under free will, what would we do? I guess exactly what we're doing. How long do you think this place could just run on autopilot with none of us realizing that the reason for a lot of the chaos is by our own hands? And if we keep doing what we've always done, we're going to keep getting what we've always got.
Here we go. Order out of chaos. Got to quit falling for the okie doke.
We keep creating our own chaos by falling for the chaos, right? It's in the mind.
Miss Unbreakable One. Miss underscore breakable one.
Like you said, go outside, you don't see that chaos.
Yeah.
You don't see none of that.
It's a beautiful day every day, and
You know, on the TV, the White House, all that.
turn the TV on, and there's a war. There's a war zone.
Yeah, the TV will give you chaos and fear and yeah, and if you choose to believe it, that becomes your reality.
Yeah.
Right, but it's not your reality.
Don't fall for the banana and tailpipe or the palm trees in Chicago. Don't fall for the palm trees in Chicago, guys. You gotta look into this shit. You gotta open your eyes. All right. Well, so we did the Silk Road. There's the UK courts. Nothing to see there. Wink, wink. So if taxes are still being removed from your paycheck, the government didn't shut down? Does anybody still get taxes being withheld from their check? Also, we can we have the temple. Right. This, do you know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your body. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 through 20. Every man is the builder of a temple called his body. To the God he worships after a style purely his own, nor can he get off by hammering marble instead. We are all sculptors and painters, and our material is our own flesh and blood and bones. Any nobleness begins at once to refine a man's features, any meaniness or sensuality to imbrute them. Henry David Thoreau. So we see right here the pillars, the J and the B, the 10 and the 2. Right. So the brain is the ark. Yeah. Brain is the ark. The lungs, the altar. This is your aorta. This is the holy palace, and the gut. And the gate is the porch. Holy palace, 7 churches, right here in Revelations. 7 colors of the rainbow. 7 days to completion. 777. There's 7 planets, 7 spheres.
Which is that interacts with your 7 chakras.
Yeah. So searching for a connection to the world outside of ourselves and beyond, we have used the human body to understand the pattern of creation from the beginning of time. Architecture has always been a intermediary for expressing our connection, which is the mystery of our own bodies. So the diagram is an extension of the temple plan on the left. The numbers on the body correlate to those on the different sections of the building plan. The correspondents are similar to Eastern chakras, but instead of energy centers, the parts of the temple relate to parts of the body that sense or are similar to the function of the temple objects they refer to. This is how you build the altar. This is the altar of sacrifice.
Oh, just an update. An update on Trump's physical exam yesterday at Walter Reed Hospital.
Oh, Trump had a physical
He had a
exam.
follow-up evaluation, and President Trump received his annual influenza and updated COVID-19 booster.
Oh, damn!
Got a booster.
I thought he was a genius.
But you know what? Maybe
So
maybe this will bring up
COVID.
the shots.
Yeah, because his face was slooping the other day. Sloped up to the was
Right.
drooping.
And
Like,
that's what some of the side effects from the shots.
let me see that. Can you share this? You want to show that?
Yeah, remember that a while back when he was like, I got my vaccine. You should get it, right?
Yeah. Can you imagine being a Native American in 1492 and seeing Ronald McDonald get off the ship? The Nephilim looked like a clown.
They call them clowns because they perform.
It's a clown.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let me pull up that document she just shared real quick.
I just sent it.
Damn, he got the COVID shot and his booster.
He got his booster and a flu shot. Allegedly, according to the memo. Yeah, that was just yesterday.
Damn, Fauci really tricked his ass, didn't he? So she's saying 5th generation warfare. What is this right here? If you believe that Trump got a COVID shot, you clearly have no understanding of 5th generation warfare. This is how bringing the COVID shots front and center. Fauci is on deck. You got the list. Did he really get injected? If he did, could he be dead tomorrow? If he didn't, why lie to us? This is an assassin. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he got it back a while back. At least on TV, you said he did. Right now, allegedly got his booster yesterday. You only get a booster if you already had the shot, right?
Generation warfare. So what this does is signal to MAGA that they need to go get their booster, maybe their flu shot.
No, they know.
Oh, they know?
Let me read it.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Okay, it says, to Caroline Leavitt, White House Press Secretary. President Donald J. Trump completes comprehensive follow-up evaluation at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. For immediate release, President Donald Trump successfully completed a scheduled follow-up evaluation today at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. The visit was part of his ongoing health maintenance plan and including advanced imagery, laboratory testing, and preventive health assessments conducted by a multidisciplinary team of specialists. These evaluations were performed in coordination with leading academic and medical consultants to ensure optimal cardiovascular health and continued wellness. Comprehensive laboratory studies performed in conjunction with his visit were exceptional, including stable metabolic and hematological and cardiac parameters. In preparations for upcoming international travel.
In preparation.
In preparations for upcoming international travel, President Trump also received preventative health screening and immunizations, including annual influenza and updated COVID-19 vaccine booster vaccinations. President Trump continues to demonstrate excellent and overall health. His cardiac age, a validation measures of cardiovascular vitality via ECG, was found to be approximately 14 years younger than his cardiac age. He continues to maintain a demanding schedule without restrictions.
So he got his annual influenza, which he doesn't, I guess, because it's such like when you join the military, you may not have gotten one influenza shot in your life, but when you're in the military, it's you have to get it every year.
Yeah, that's better.
So he's part of the government, right? So he might have been against the flu shots in the civilian world. Once he became that,
But think about it. If something happens to him because of that, right? Because he was just mentioning Pfizer just the other day.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a way to bring all that down.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just shocked. I really am. Like, he got his boosters, and the right wing always makes fun of the left for getting their boosters. Are they going to make fun of Trump now, or are they going to? I mean,
They won't be if something happens.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think that's what it seems like. They're writing that into the script.
Yeah. All right, let's get one more clip here, and we're going to roll it up here.
All right, let's lock in. Bring it all together a little and make the picture a little more clear. We're gonna need it before part 3. Ready? My first video, I told you, we're using events from the past to explain what's going on in the present. Well, let's make that comparison. We've been going off about this guy, the Dalai Lama. He was inserted into a situation, allowed to gain power that eventually ended with a lot of lives being lost at the hands of China. Does that sound familiar? The little mustache man. He was inserted into a situation, allowed to gain power, and eventually led to the loss of a bunch of people. But the part that you're not taught is that Germany and China were once partners. Now, let's go back to Tibet, a place of interest because of its trade routes and where it's located. Well, what's happening right now? There's another place of interest for its trade routes and its location. Well, what's happening right now?
Archaeologists uncover another branch of the Silk Road, right? So we were talking about earlier.
Well, what's happening right now? There's another place of interest for its trade routes and its location.
And here's the connection. A solution for Gaza and Palestine in the context of the Belt and Road Initiative.
And it's resulting in a bunch of lives being lost. It's the same playbook, the loop continuing, history repeating itself. Y'all stay safe.
Y'all stay safe. So that's from Chaotic Concept on X. Chaotic Concept on X. What else we got, Miss Sheepdog, for this wonderful day? We're doing a fundraising thing for somebody in the chat. Alexro. You got that information?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
So we're hold on a minute. 1 second. Right here. So the True Train 88 tribe is called to help. The Red Cardinal clan is time to rise. One of our beloved tribal sisters is facing a difficult moment. She needs our support. She's a cherished member of our True Train 88 family, strong, resilient, and full of grace. But even warriors need a hand sometimes. So we'll be sharing her story during our upcoming live show. And to honor her journey and to uplift her spirit. So if you feel moved to help, donations can be sent directly to her PayPal. Every contribution, no matter the size, is a powerful act of love and solidarity. We're going to share that information out. It's alexral@yahoo.com. If you have a PayPal right now, Alexral's email, you can do alexaril@yahoo.com. Let's show her what tribal love looks like, and let's roar together with love and light. GLENDIA Turner, Empress of Music, True Train 88, Red Cardinal Clan. So we'll be sharing this out. I'll put this across the bottom right here.
Yeah, I'll repost it.
Let me put her email across the bottom here, in case anybody needs to see how it's spelled on the ticker.
There's also, let me see, there's also one more thing. Find it.
Or the email for PayPal, EMAI.
Also, the lady that we shared that her son that was autistic, that the CPS got involved and they were at the hospital. They also are having a GiveSendGo. I'm going to share the link again in the chat. It's pennies for Presten. Apparently, the medical expense to fix the damage that is being done and legal expenses. He's having a hard time.
Yeah. Is that Dana?
Dana, yes. One of our admins.
So they're still messing with Preston?
Yes. And I'll share that in the chat too. So can help in any way.
So true kindness is not an act; it's a reflection of your soul. Y'all remember the story, right? Where with the situation in Oklahoma,
Yes. The one we played on the
the
show.
one we played.
hmm
All right. And that should be it for today. Email for the PayPal for Alexa is at alexaril@yahoo.com. It's also being shared in the chat as well. Let me pull that banner up.
And here's the link for the GiveSendGo. Oh, I sent it to you already.
Oh, you sent it to me? And we have the GiveSendGo for Dana. Here's the GiveSendGo. If you'd like to share, this will be to help cover his medical expenses for Preston, right?
Yes. And attorney fees.
We'll put this in our chats, and I'll also put this in the description underneath the Rumble and YouTube. Both emails will be under the links on YouTube and Rumble after we get off the show here. If you need it, we really appreciate any help that you can. We're not asking for much, but if each one of us gives a little something, then that makes a hell of a difference, I tell you.
Right. A little bit from everyone adds up.
Yeah, a
It
little
does.
bit for everyone adds up, but if you feel led to bless them and even more abundantly, then please do so. It would be greatly appreciated. But so it's another beautiful Saturday. The birds are chirping and the sun's shining, and I got to get some packages in the mail. So we're going to end it right here, and we're going to enjoy the rest of our Saturday.
We're gonna have a live chat afterwards, right?
Well, I got to we probably push it later on.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're going to do a live chat later on today, probably this evening sometime after I get done with doing everything I need to do. Because we've been doing these live chats first thing every morning, about 4 hours. It's kind of, but always a good time in the chats. So we look forward to this evening's chat. We'll do a afternoon Telegram chat this evening. And we'll have some more discussions. But love and light, stay in the fight until you get right.
Right.
Don't never back down, never give up. And this song right here is for Hunter. We're going to play this next song for Hunter.
Yes.
Love and light. See y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back on tomorrow night, Sunday night, with some more information. Pray for each other, pray for yourself, and pray for your country. God bless.
Bye, everyone.
We ride the rails where the moonlight bends. Boots on ground, hearts won't pretend. True train 88, we blaze through the haze. Red cardinal wings and a rebel's praise. Hunter's got the rhythm, he's got the fire. Dancing to the beat that lifts us higher. Jack looks like she's holding the flame. Together they shine, wild and untamed. Smoke in the air, wind in our hair. The roar room's cold. a neon marquee moves with the beat, pure and free, a rhythm warrior in a melody. Train whistles echo, bells start to chime. We're not hypnotized in outlaw time. Smoky vocals, layer and roll. We sing for the tribe, we sing for the common law. We roll, we rise, we ride their line. True train thunder, rebel design, red card and no wings, hearts in flight. Hunters dances our guiding light. We roar, we rise, we ride their line. Outlaw rhythm in a bounce divine. Red card and flying through the storm. Hunters roar rhythm, keeping spirits warm.
All right, love and light. Have a good day.